Now we're going to look at one more quick example where we are given that the measure of angle ABD is 66 degrees greater than that of DBC, and the two angles are told to be supplementary. What we want to do is use that to find the measure of each angle in that pair. So here, we're essentially being asked to do a little bit of algebra, which has to be a little bit clever about the type of thing that we're trying to do here. So, since we know a relationship between the measures of DBC and ABD, actually we know two relationships, we will take the one that we know less about and just give it a name so that we can give it some notation, and hopefully we can push some things around and find out more about it. So what we're going to do here is let the angle that we know less about, so in this case, that would be the angle DBC, and we'll say that its measure is just some general variable x. We don't know a whole lot about it, but we know that it's something, so we'll call it x until we get more information. Then, since the pair are supplements, that is, since they are supplementary, we can look at the sum of their angle, or sum of their measure of their angles, excuse me, I should be very specific with my wording, and know that it's 180. That is, 180 degrees is equal to the measure of ABD plus the measure of DBC. And don't get these names confused with the ones in the last example. It's just an accident of the construction that they happen to have the same notation. Anyway, here, we know that this can be replaced with our notation, and we know that there's a relationship between this one and that one. And I'll write that down, just for now, a little bit more without that notation, because we have that it is given the measure of ABD is 66 degrees greater than that measure. So we could say 66 plus the measure of DBC is equal to ABD, and then we've got another copy of the measure of DBC. And if we want to be a little bit clearer with our notation, we could say 66, and I'll make that degrees, just to, again, got to be careful here, plus x is equal to 180, and from there we can push some terms around, do a little bit of algebra. We will get that 180 minus 66, or 114 degrees, is equal to 2x, or x is equal to 57 degrees. And then from there, all we have to do is convert this information back into something about ABD and DBC. This tells us that the measure of DBC is equal to x is equal to 57 degrees, while the measure of the angle ABD is that plus 66, or 113 degrees. No, excuse me, not 113, 123. Sorry, sometimes my arithmetic is a little bit out of order.